Hello again. Now I love car boot sales, which is a bit of a problem because I keep finding stuff. And I very nearly walked past this item because the shape of the box didn't make me think that it would contain what it actually does. So without further ado, this box actually contains a little record player. And it's a bit of an oddity. It's called an E1372 Mini Portable USB Turntable. And I think it's designed for transferring records via USB into audio files on your computer, but it can also be used to actually listen to records as well, as there are actually two output jacks as well. So the USB jack there, that's used to power it, and also to take the audio off. That's the output there. It's actually, curiously enough, single speed only. It's only 33 1/3 RPM, although I have seen other units advertised that have a 33/45 switch there, which suggests that the motor in this might actually be one of those dual speed motors which are commonly found in Crossley type record players. So I think the best thing to do would be to plug it in and see if it works. Just before moving on, I thought it was worth checking to see how much weight the stylus was putting on the record. So using my little scales, I can see that it's 5.66 grams. Now this isn't disastrous, but it's a little bit heavier than you'd want it to be. Ideally, maybe about 3 to 4 grams. Right, I've set it up for testing. I've just got 5 volts going on the USB cable there. I've also got an audio cable going out here to a little amplifier built around an LM386. It's just a mono amplifier. Goes out to a little speaker there. Now this is a 33 unit, so it's really designed for LPs. However, I've managed to find a 7-inch record here. This has got some covers of popular tunes from the 60s or the 70s. And it runs at 33 1/3 RPM, so that's going to be quite suitable for testing. If we just give it a quick go without the amplifier on. Now you may just be able to hear that you can actually hear the music without any power going through the amplifier whatsoever. I've connected up the amplifier now. Right, well that's certainly putting out a signal. Now if I switch over to the other channel, right, that seems to be working fine too. So I'm just going to try a speed test on it now. Disconnect the amp. That's showing 35 RPM. That's 34.5 RPM. This thing's only accurate to half an RPM. This is a unit that I made and I've shown many times in many videos around a little Arduino. So, it's running a little fast, but that shouldn't be a problem. I expect the motor will have an adjuster if I open it up and have a look. I'm not sure if this grill on the bottom here is for a speaker or whether it's just to give some ventilation. I think that little hole there is to regulate the speed. So maybe I don't need to open it up to fix that, but I'm still going to open it up and see whether there is a scope to make it run at 45 as well. Right, well that was easy. There's a little belt driven turntable in there, so this little turntable here is driven by a little belt off a motor. The motor, interesting enough, only has one hole, so it does appear to be just a single speed arrangement, so no opportunity there to make it work at 45. And there's a little board there which has got the amplifier on and probably the USB sampling bit, and there's the auto off as well, so yeah, so when the head is in that position there, this lever here closes this micro switch down here and actually stops the motor, and when it moves around onto the record, the micro switch is opened. So that's how that works. So just quickly take this little board out. Now there does seem to be an adjuster on the board there. So a quick look. Interestingly enough, that hole, which is for an adjuster, goes through to the board adjuster there, so that's going to be speed control. There is also an adjuster there on the motor. Just because we're already there, almost, take that screw out. Right, have a little look at the board. Well, nothing very obvious on there. I can see a 12 MHz crystal, but to be honest, there's nothing very obvious other than the fact there is definitely an adjuster, which looks like it's probably a speed adjuster based on the fact that you can adjust it from outside the unit through the hole in the bottom. So the only other thing to note is that we've got this weird circular panel here which just looks like it's glued in under there, but clearly on some units that must have a function. There must be something that fits there. You can see that there are mounting posts, so I don't know what that would be, but this unit is only one variation clearly on several which have been made. Okay, I'm going to have a quick go at adjusting the speed using the adjuster which is on the board. So that's showing 35. That's showing 37, so I turn that a little bit anti-clockwise. Check that again. Yep, 37. Turn it clockwise this time. Back to 35. About 34. That's 33.5. That's 34. So that's probably closer than it was, but certainly that little adjuster there, which is the one that you can get to through the hole in the bottom there, does seem to adjust the speed. So the speed control on the motor, I don't know whether it's worth adjusting that separately. Maybe I'll have a look at that in a separate video. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to Mr. RG Stuff.